Hello, welcome to the Mark Janard Show, the cybersecurity show. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to pass the CompTIA Security Plus certification quickly and easily. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We are going dark. All right, so let's go over some of these tips. So let's first begin with what can you expect from taking this exam, right? You'll need to score 750 on a scale of 100 to 900 to pass the exam. As the Writing Security Plus is version SY0601, which is, it has the following exam topics. It has attacks, threats, and vulnerabilities, architecture and design, implementation, operations and incident response, governance, risk, and compliance. Okay, so the first tip is understand how you learn the best, right? Before moving on to anything else, you first must evaluate how you like to learn, right? You may learn best when reading textbooks, or you might find watching lectures more your style. The best materials in the world won't help, if the information isn't presented in the way best suited for how you learn. So take this do. Find the material that works best for your learning style. Make sure you don't do this, which is stick with something that isn't working. Number two, tip two, don't lose momentum. People often pursue Security Plus after completing a network fundamentals certifications, such as the CCNA, also known as the Cisco Certified Network Associate, or the CompTIA Network Plus. If you are following that same path, start preparing for Security Plus immediately, because there are two important reasons for this. Security Plus will quiz you on some of the fundamentals like ports and protocols. This will be fresh in your mind. And the second one is Network Plus has a security domain accounting for 19% of the exam content. This will all come up again in Security Plus. So when you're preparing for the exam, you will find about a third of the material is already familiar from your Network Plus studies. As tempting as it is to take a breather, before moving on to your next challenge, dive in immediately. Do this do. Start prepping for Security Plus immediately after your Network Plus or an equivalent exam. Make sure you don't do this, which is wait and have to relearn any of the material that is likely to reappear again. Let's go on to tip three. Schedule the exam. Choose a goal, right, and set it in stone. Without seeing a finish line, procrastination becomes easy and excuses become abundant, right? You figure taking a little bit more time couldn't hurt. I'm saying? I feel a little better after 1 week or two of reviewing. But before you know it, another month has passed. If the deadline is fast approaching and you're certain you're not where you need to be, CompTIA allows you to reschedule within 24 hours of your exam. That said, setting a date on the calendar and putting up the money is a psychological driver that will push you forward. Do this do. Set a date and book the exam right away. Also, do this do. Assume you need about half the prep time as you did for the Network Plus. If you took 3 months to prepare for the Network Plus, book your Security Plus in 6 weeks. If you took a month to write Network Plus, give yourself 2 to 3 weeks. Make sure you don't do this, which is number one, wait until you feel confident enough to book the exam. You will never feel 100% ready. Number two, be afraid to reschedule if you need more time. There's no fee to reschedule, so feel free to do so if you need to do it. Before I proceed, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the like button. I appreciate that. Let's go on to tip number 4. Take notes with a purpose. If you're not taking notes properly, you might as well not take any, right? It's easy to think you're accomplishing something by taking down every word during a lecture or rewriting a textbook as you go, but you're likely not absorbing it. It's just not a good study process. Instead, read or listen to the chapter straight through. Take a moment to ensure you understand and rewatch/reread it if needed. Only after that, take down the notes in your own words. You'll find your notes will be, succinct, and you'll be able to absorb the information more accurately. So do this do. Read or listen to the whole section once through, then a second time taking important notes. Make sure you don't do this, which is scramble to write down every word your instructor says or rewrite the text verbatim. You won't retain it that way. Number 5, learn your acronyms. Every time you come across an acronym, write it down on its own separate list. It is not uncommon on CompTIA exams for a quote unquote which of the following type question to have a very obvious answer if you can remember the acronyms, right? So make sure you do for this one. Keep an index of every acronym you encounter and its definition. Keep it separate from your other notes. Next, use the acronyms in your main notes so you only refer to your index as needed. It keeps your notes shorter and makes you used to seeing and remembering the acronyms in context. The last do for this is take a look at the CompTIA Security Plus cheat sheet. 6 is a great way to learn is by teaching. Right? A great way to learn is by teaching. So if you have a great study partner, it's time to start quizzing each other. If not, find a friend or a spouse who is willing to donate some time to quiz you. Having them go through your notes and ask broader concept questions. An online quiz can ask you, what are the 3 parts of a CIA triad, right? But a person can ask you to explain what integrity means in the context of the CIA triad. This is an opportunity to become a teacher and explain it. You'll discover very quickly what topics you have a strong grasp of and which, you need to review. So find someone who will quiz you based on the notes. Do as well. Have them use open-ended questions such as explain the difference between authentication and authorization and not what does AAA stand for. Make sure you also don't forget to do this, which is thank them. Another tip 7 is take practice exams. Practice exams are key to determining how prepared you are. There are lots of sample tests online, such as the practice exams in our the members section, updated to the latest exam version. Treat these exams like the real thing. Set a timer if one is not included. Keep your notes out of reach. Don't take breaks or allow for distractions. After your practice exam, review your answers and make notes on the practice questions you got wrong. Take a break, then review the information again and do a different test. Don't stress out about getting practice questions wrong. Take note, review, and go back to it later. When you retest, you're likely to have the correct answer. So make sure you do right? Make sure you do and that is take lots of practice exams from different sources. Next, treat them like the actual exam, no distractions, no notes, and use a timer. Number 3, add every wrong answer to your notes as something to review. Make sure you don't do this, which is retake the practice exam immediately after reviewing the material. Come back to it another day. Also, make sure that you don't do this as well, which is stress about doing poorly on the practice test. Questions can be phrased in odd ways. Small details can make all the difference. Getting things wrong is part of the learning process, so don't beat yourself up. Come on. That's what we supposed to fail now, not on the exams. Let's fail now. So those are, some tips I have for you to pass this exam quickly. So please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the like button. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Please share this content. Please hit the notification bell so you know when I am releasing new videos. Stay safe and see you in the next video.